Boys, I want you guys to treat this as a challenge. So it's not really a challenge, but I want to see what you guys think. So Cryptic Keeper or Menace, if you're watching, blast this out so that I can see a bunch of different tier lists. So yep, obviously I will go first since you guys are watching this. Let's see which we'll start from the right hand side. So we'll start with Wilderness. Wilderness, it's a cool set. There's a ton of beasties. A lot of different cool chases in there, and then a lot of top end chases like the ticket. So let's just jump into it. I gotta give it B tier. It's a good set, but it's a good set, but it's not a great set. I like it a lot. I love opening it. I love going for the crazy chases that will probably never happen, but we'll get a B tier. So let's go over some criteria. So we'll say, and everyone else, you guys obviously will have different criteria, but for me, it's gonna be overall quality of the set. So print quality, artwork, how the hollows look, what cards are hollow, what cards are not hollow, and what kind of chases you can get, how realistic is it to get the chase cards. So I would say all of those. I'm not too worried about gameplay mechanics, but for example, for CN1, you can note that okay, they have Chaos Crystal. There's some really powerful cards in the set, so that would in my category that would give it a higher rating. I think that's everything. Let me know if I'm missing anything. So we'll go to UFO here. I'm gonna give it a C tier. It's for me, it's a fun set to open. I like it a lot, but there's a lot of hollows that shouldn't be hollows. Like or rather, there's a lot of like reverse hollows. Like for example, I think the orbs probably shouldn't have been reverse hollows. And the overall quality of UFO in terms of like the artwork and the beasties you can get to me aren't that great. I feel like UFO was a little bit lazy. And I'll add some other criteria to the tiers here. I will kind of include print runs. So if the print one was way too high, for example, I think you can use that as an argument to kind of lower it. So like, for example, there's way too much UFO. So I think it does honestly hurt the product if there's too much of it, for example. But as I said, I like UFO. I like the auras you get. I think there are some cool chases, but overall, there's just too much. I guess you call it bulk in the set. So let's go to Seance. Ooh. I'm gonna go with B tier. I'm gonna say it's worse than Wilderness, but it's better than UFO. It is mappable. I'm not too worried about that, to be honest, because you buy it from a good source. Don't buy loose packs, But it is worth noting that yes, it's mappable. But I say Seance is when I started back up, and the artwork was a lot better. There's a lot of really cool beasties in the set, but it has a similar problem with UFO, where there's just I don't know. There's just too much variance, like meaning variance on quality of artwork. So like, there's just a lot of cards you can pull that you just don't give a crap about. Like, do you care about reverse hollow auras, or do you care about reverse hollow orbs? No, no one gives a crap. So I like Seance a lot. I think I probably have it higher rated than most people. And then we'll go to Nightfall. Pretty easy A tier for Nightfall. The only criticism I have of Nightfall is that there's no toppers, and there's no high level chase in that. There's a lot of really awesome hollow chases, but there's nothing above that, right? Like, so for example, in like Seance, you have like the cool hollow chases, then you have like the auras, then you have secret rares. Nightfall doesn't have that middle tier, right? It's just cool hollows and then secret rares, but there's nothing in between there. So that's the only. If Nightfall fixed, or if that was an issue with Nightfall, I would say it's definitely S tier. But also worth noting, it's an older set, so the print quality isn't quite as good as UFO or Seance or Native. So for those reasons, I can't give it an S tier rating. So we'll go to Native. Fuck it, guys. I think Native is the best set. I'm gonna say it. The artwork on all the cards is very good. Even on the commons, the artwork is very detailed. Everything looks good. The card quality is amazing. The chases are. It's got the chases. It has the it's got the cool auras you can get, and then there's gotta be secret rares, right? I mean, I guess I don't know, but there's a lot of different chases you can get in native. I would love to open more. It's just kind of expensive. But yeah, I think native is the best set. And then with so for this, we'll just group it together. CN1/CN2 Kickstarter, but we'll just all group it together as base set. So I'm gonna put an A tier behind Nightfall, and the reason for that is that there's not quite as many awesome hollows to get. Nightfall has Grim, Moth. I was on a terrible blank. Grim, Moth, and Wendigo. Like those are just godlike for Nightfall. Base set, you have Frog and Moth. But even then, the Moth in CN1 is not as cool as the Moth in Nightfall. And then yeah, you have like the Chaos Crystals and the I call them Moxes, the things that crack for mana. And that's not the official word, I know. But yeah. And then the only argument I would say that base set could be better than Nightfall is that you have the toppers. But in my opinion, it's not quite enough to push it over Nightfall. But yeah, if CN1 had honestly like one or two more really cool hollows, I think I would rate it over Nightfall. So it's close. But yeah, it's like Frog, Moth, Babe, Chaos Crystal. And people say Samson Claire, but I don't like any of those character cards. So yeah, I think that's everything. Oh no, there's one more thing. Don't click off yet. F tier. You know what? Fuck it. This is Kuromi tier. It's not on this list, but I will rank it. I think Kuromi is the worst set. It's just a bunch of like clip art slapped onto cards, and the only redeeming quality is the secret rare. And who knows? Maybe they didn't even put them in boxes. Maybe Mike has them all. Like you don't know. Okay, yeah, that's my list. I will share this tier list in the description. I would love to see you guys make it. Tag me, let me know, and we'll see you tomorrow.